I read an article about one of your Kliq members, named Paul, who um, they were talking about the booking of the company today, kind of over the arc of when Triple H had the full creative. And the observation in the article, it was from Bleacher Report. Um, the article posited that today's product, it's not so much him either not giving enough attention or sharing responsibility with too many others, but today's product is so built for viral packaging that big. So
Oh,
whatever you're doing is that big as opposed to like layered storylines, which we're used to from the past. Layered storylines which take place over weeks and weeks.
there's
What do you
social
think?
media and that kind of that is like second to none.
Yeah, but does it?
The amount of views and the shit that they can that goes viral. I'll
Yeah,
guarantee you, fucking 5 seconds after he hit that diamond cutter, fucking whatever you want to call
the
he
top
hit.
rope. You talking about
Yeah,
Javon?
yeah. When he fucking hit that, I mean, because that was one of those moments where he's um he's an incredible athlete. Um, he was he's a little bit too fucking Mr. Bojangles for me. I wish he was a little bit more urban. I understand it's Netflix. I understand there's a big fucking world out there besides the one that fucking 66-year-old Detroit boy Kevin Nash wants, but I just want him to have a little bit of an edge. But if he's not going to have an edge, then he knows how to throw. He can strike. Like he throws a good punch. Fucking take your time and throw a good punch. Maybe put two or three together. Something where fucking you tell me if this shit was real, all this athleticism I have, I can use. Not if this shit was real, motherfucker, I would cartwheel off your motherfucking body like you would never see.
It's being in a fight. We always come back to this, right? Can I believe you're in a fight right
Right.
now? Yeah.
Like, and he sells good. I mean, he does everything good. It's just that you have to find Sean Waltman is a perfect example. When he was a 1, 2, 3 kid and they shaved his eyebrows, that motherfucker, if he got you in the corner and he fucking lit you up with those fucking kicks, there wasn't anybody at home that didn't think that fucking guy knows what he's doing.
Hmm.
You know, that's he's fucking and his shit was kiddo was stiff, man.
Hmm.
I loved working with him. He was one of my favorite guys to work with by far.
All
Never
right.
had a
Point well
bad one.
taken. What's that?
Never had a bad one. I had some
Right.
bad ones with Shawn Michaels. Had some bad ones with Scott. But man, I
Was they?
never
Did
had.
you fucking
I,
pills kick too soon with Sean? Is that why? I still cannot believe you guys went out there and
dude,
worked until they kicked.
and I'm not talking. I'm talking like Cleveland. I'm talking about like fucking like a house, not just fucking around. Not in Casper, Wyoming. I mean, it's Cleveland. It's the gun. We got 9,000 people on a Friday night. Fucking, I'm going in. Like, I
You
don't
got to do
give.
something to stay entertained, I guess.
It, once you fucking get your shit down, man, it's especially with Sean. It was like dancing. Me and Scott used to always do that. You get to that part in the match, you just grab Sean by the arm and you just Irish whip him and go, do the thing you do. Like whatever, just do that thing you do. Whether you want to do the Harley up and over, like whatever you want to do. Like he used to do the Harley up and over, fucking full bump, down to a knee, up, and then fucking do chin to the top of the fucking railing. And you could, that right there was a minute and a half by the time you walked around, got like the referee involved in everything, so don't let me get to him, and then did all that and then threw him back in. That was a minute and a half. Just house show pace, but it was so good that what he did was like, he'd fucking see, pick him up, he'd be slobbering. People would be like, is he really out? Is he hurt? Like, no. Who,
I'm
who's
hearing.
who was talking about it? They were talking about it the other day.
Mhm.
Maybe it was Punk, but somebody made reference to. Um, it's not like I was working with Shawn Michaels. I forget who made the statement,
Okay.
and I think it's one of those things like because I was like with Shawn for so long, like like I broke in as his bodyguard, and we spent so much time together that there are times that he, as Scott also, and Kiddo too, like we were so, and Paul, fuck, like that whole clique. We spent so much time together, we worked together that you forget how fucking good those guys are. Like just each because they're your fucking they're like your brothers. So the last thing you really want to do is like put over, it's like you don't have to.
Hmm.
Like, and I look back at like, and I say to myself, somebody else show me in this business a better 5-man crew that ever traveled.
All right. Challenges out there.
I mean, the only one I can think of, but I don't think they traveled. I don't think the Horsemen traveled together. I know Arn and Rick did. I don't know if
We did a.
Tully. I don't know if
Mhm.
Tully was. I mean, I just don't. I wasn't around them, so I don't know if they were as
They did. They
inseparable.
did a lot. We did a show called "Being a Horseman," where we had JJ open his like his ledgers and his stuff, and we recreated a week in there, an actual week. We went back
Right.
and pulled up the calendar, and because JJ kept like copious little notes in
I can
his
see that.
thing, so we did how much shit cost, whether there was a plane waiting for them, whether they had to rent a car, what the car cost, where they stopped. They were fond of the Bennigans down there in Charlotte.
God, it's
But
funny. I just was for some reason today. I was thinking about. I saw a thing. Uh, Go ahead and finish. I don't
that's
because
it.
oh,
That they travel together often.
um, I was on Instagram and there's a post of like 4 or 5 guys that have gotten into Titan Tower, and it's like an abandoned building, like the old Titan Tower. And they're like walking around. They're like in the weight room. All the machines are still there. It looks like one of Dom said before the show when we were looking at it, he said it looked like fucking Blair Witch. I mean, it's
So it's
fucking.
totally defunct. They don't use it for anything.
No, man, it's like they've got like a sign that says, like surveillance or whatever, and it's not like it's destroyed. It's not like it's
Right.
smashed. There's a little. I think there's one. I don't know if these guys were responsible for it or not because they were the only ones in it, but I think there was a 666 on the wall. So I guess that we all determined when the uh, 4 of us were looking at it before the show that it was probably
Kevin Sullivan.
no, it was just
No.
it was demonic. It was possessed. There was no reason for to go back and try to sell the gym equipment. But Steve said he had he had 5 guys out in California that would buy the gym equipment just because it was out of Titan Tower. So I
Yeah,
don't understand why.
probably actually.
It's good fucking. It's good equipment. It's all. I know that Smith machine was one of those old Flex Smith machines that were smooth as fuck. I trained a lot.
I,
I trained a lot in that gym.
I want to know where the supply of Ico Pro is. What closet that's stocked away in. Just want a little taste.
I'm sure everybody from that era has got fucking got a half a pound of that and impacted in their colon.
Or a T-shirt. Remember the black and white, the two
One,
squares,
one,
the
one of
Ico
the.
Pro.
Have I ever told the story about when we went to Israel? Have you
Got
ever
to give
heard
me
that
more.
story?
I don't know.
We the first time we went to Israel and we landed and we got fucking treated like we were the Beatles. And
Mm-hmm.
we were staying. It was the Holiday Inn on the ocean, you know. But it was. I mean, I'm. This is Tel Aviv, maybe '94. So we're doing a couple of. I think we did 2 or 3 shots over there, and I want to think we did. I want to think we did India first. So we went from India to well, maybe not. Maybe we just flew over like after 27 days of being on the road. And because I remember we got to the first building and we got me and I was Russ and Taker, and we both got in our gear, and they had benches like you would in high school, like those little thin benches you would sit in
Yeah,
gym class and
it'll
put your shit
change.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were maybe tops, maybe fucking 16 inches across. And they had a long one down this. Uh, they weren't separated. They were just like there was probably 8 long um, locker bays, and each one had one. And Taker and I were it, laying on one, and we were head to head, and we both, out of exhaustion, fell asleep, didn't bump on the floor, and then like were woken up and basically like, okay, these guys are going home. Like you guys are up next. And I remember going to the ring, and because his entrance was so long, and basically like doing my minute and a half stretch before a match, like out there, like, and just going. We just call it, you know, just I didn't just call it out there because we'd worked so many times together, and you know, he was great to work with because he was, you know, everything he did was just slow, methodical. Like neither one of us, but you know, when he ran the ropes, he was real athletic. You know, so I mean, but if, you're talking about a night off every night.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was just God. He was so gifted. And so you know, we do Tel Aviv as like the big show, and like we everybody's got an armed guard everywhere we go. We got an armed guard with us. We go to a bar. There's fucking guys with machine guns standing around us. So finally, it's after the final show in Tel Aviv, and the bar dance club is roped off, and it's like a VIP, and there's like a VI, like an area up these stairs, and that's where we are, the boys, and they've got ropes and security all through this. Like you couldn't just walk in nowhere. You had to walk in probably there might have been a 4 foot area that you had to walk in and out of where there were guards. And but it was we were elevated. We could look over those people, so we could like point to people to let up. So
Mm-hmm.
some of the guys are, you know, pointing to girls and shit. I don't recall myself doing anything of the kind. But the it turned into just one of those nights, man, where it was just like we we were pirates, man. That's just what we were, and it didn't matter where we were going to be, man. We just, sooner or later the trays of Jack were going to come out, and the boys are going to be the boys, and that was one of them. And the next, like after we left, like in the afternoon, and there's all the guys are just everybody's got their shades on. There's not a word being spoken. Just everybody's just on the bus like, oh fuck. And all of a sudden you see running as the bus takes off about 5 or 6 girls, and they're waving they got these Ico Pro rag tops on. The next time we fucking came to Israel, fucking we were treated like the fucking scoundrels that we were. They fucking, man, it was just like these savages. Oh god.
The only time Ico Pro was ever an instrument of cool
Yeah.
in any
But
story.
and it's the same token international turmoil. So
Right. In the same breath.
right.